Hi guys, this is Allison with the Oh So Sensitive channel, where I normally talk about perfumed products, and all things related to fragrance and scent. But today I am sharing with you all my lock journey. And if you're interested in seeing this lock journey, then please stay tuned. Okay, so before I began my lock journey this year, basically from January through March of 2020, I wore my hair in knotless braids. I installed them myself, but I got really addicted to the ease of just styling braided hair instead of constantly untangling my own thick, coily, natural hair. So then in March, I finally took the braids down and I went back to my natural hair routine, which is basically to detangle, wash, condition, blow out, or stretch out the hair, and then style it in twist outs or braid outs. I love the fullness, length, and versatility, but I was getting tired of the long and detailed process. So I started thinking about locking my hair. So around early May, as I kind of was thinking about it more, I wore my hair in puffs and low ponytails because those are low maintenance to avoid frequent styling. But puffs also usually lead to my ends becoming knotted. And if I'm not careful with detangling, which is a risk because I'm impatient, that then leads to broken or split ends. So I finally decided that locks were definitely the way to go. So in early May of 2020, I got a few more styles out of my system because I knew I was going to miss the versatility that comes with free-flowing natural hair. In regards to free-flowing natural hair, you can twist it, braid it, stretch it out, straighten it, rod it. There are so many options, but all of those options come with a long process because my hair is so thick. So finally on May 18th, 2020, I started my lock journey. I started with 2 strand twists, and I also prepped the hair before I put the twist in. So basically I washed it, conditioned it, oiled my hair and my scalp, and I stretched it out. And as far as stretching, I think I used a straightening brush. Yeah, I dried my hair with a blow dryer, but I used a straightening brush. The whole process took about 3 hours. So my reasoning in regards to starting my locks with twists is that twists can be easily styled. You can put them in ponytails, buns, you can wear them out free flowing, you can wear them in a headband as you see here. They are also easy to wash and style, so I'm able to still wash my hair and wash my scalp because cleanliness is important. And with twists, I'm not afraid of unraveling the way I would be if I had used comb coils. You can also use braids if you don't want your hair to unravel. I've tried before to start locks with braids, but the braids were very heavy and it just made it feel like my hair was going to snap at the demarcation line between new growth and the braids. Also, if you have your hair in twists, you can wash it multiple times, and the multiple washings lead to frizzing. Usually people don't think of frizzed hair as good, but frizzed hair is easily lockable hair. The disadvantage to twists is that there will be a lot of shrinkage. So even though I started with stretched out hair that was down to my back and a little past my shoulders, I decided not to get attached to that length because the more I washed my hair, the more my hair was going to shrink. And throughout the locking process for several months, I was going to be dealing with shrinking. And shrinkage makes it look like your hair isn't growing, which can be frustrating if you've already gotten used to having long, thick, luscious hair the way I got used to it. Okay, so between the days of May 21st and May 29th, 2020, I frequently washed my hair, which did make it shrink up pretty quickly. My hair also grows pretty fast, so I had new growth by the end of the month, but I wasn't ready to retwist yet. This is my 5th or 6th time trying to lock my hair, and every time I've given up on a lock journey, it's because I hate retwisting, or at least I hated it back then. So I switched to wearing my hair in a bun, and that was my favorite style to wear my hair in by the end of the month. So in June 2020, I basically wore my hair in buns and ponytails, and sometimes I would switch it up a little bit by having a bang or a scarf just to kind of jazz it up and make it look like I had a different style. I was still intimidated by the prospect of retwisting my roots because my hair is very thick I had anxiety over dealing with interlocking and the process just taking a long time. The last time I tried to lock my hair, I frequently dealt with interlocking. My hair, I guess because it's so thick and it grows kind of fast, those curly, coily strands just like to become best friends with each other and lock all up with each other. And it can just give me anxiety because when you finally pop them, it feels like you're breaking your hair. But I have a solution for that, so stay tuned. So one thing I loved about this whole process is my ability to wash my hair over and over and over. I love clean hair. I love hair that smells good. And for locking, I love frizzed hair. So washing my hair really helped with the frizzing. It made the twist look more like locks. And it also kept my hair clean and smelling good. And obviously that's important since this is a perfume channel. You know how much I love perfume. And I love perfume too much to sabotage my scent of the day with the smell of dirty hair. Okay, so on July 11th, I finally did my first retwist. And I found it wasn't as hard as I thought. It took me 2 hours because I washed it, oiled it, and retwisted. And to avoid my fear of having heavy locks, I only used castor oil and essential oils for my retwisting product. So basically, I mixed castor oil with essential oils because I wanted the hair to smell good. And essential oils, depending on what kind you use, they smell good. But a lot of essential oils are also good at being antibacterial and antiviral, so it keeps the hair clean too. Particularly, since I mentioned it, lemongrass and lavender oil, citrus oils can just be really good at kind of keeping the hair clean and fresh. The other thing is that thick products can get stuck inside your locks, inside the, strand or inner strand of the lock, and that can make them heavy and potentially smelly. Even if the products originally smelled good, if they're just sitting inside your lock, they start to get smelly. And the thing is that heavy locks can break off, and the heaviness can just cause damage to your scalp. It can be as extreme as causing alopecia, which I don't want to deal with. So these are the styles, are an example of some of the styles I wore between July 22nd and 28th. Using only oil on my hair for my retwisting and styling made my hair really light. I love light hair because it's bouncy and flowy. But my roots also unraveled easily, so I had to stop washing my hair as often. Before my first retwist, I was washing my hair almost like sometimes every day, but more like once a week or every 3 days. Because of the stereotypes around locks, I feel like I'm just being extra with making sure my hair is clean and smells good. Basically, not being able to wash my hair as often was annoying for me and my obsession with making sure my locks stayed clean. But I still enjoyed how my locks were progressing overall, and they were also getting fuller. I've always loved the look of full natural hair, and that made up for the shrinkage or my shorter looking hair. If you look at this third picture, well, really all of the pictures, you can see how my hair looks shorter than it looked when I first started with the stretched out twists. So I didn't retwist my hair again until the end of August. I spent most of July and August just kind of reveling in my thickening locks and the fact that they were looking less like twists. Headbands have always been a major crutch for me because I don't like frazzled edges, but I don't like slicking my edges down either because of the potential damage. And I've never really been into the super slick look when it comes to edges. I like a little bit of texture, but not frizz or frizz. I don't really like frizz and frizz, but I like texture. So on August 20th, I retwisted my locks again. At this time, I was still only using oil and water as my products for styling and retwisting. My hair still seemed to be in the shrinkage phase. This makes it look like my length is staying the same over several months, or even like my hair is getting shorter. But I don't mind because the thickness makes up for the shorter looking hair. And I also started realizing around this time that I love wearing my hair in a side part because it kind of creates that side bob effect. And I feel like that style is the most flattering style to my face. By the end of August, I kind of caved and was washing my hair more. I just couldn't skip out on washing my hair. and my retwisted roots loosened up a bit. So I realized I would have to move on from using only oil and water to retwist my roots. In the meantime, I wore headbands to disguise the fact that my roots had loosened up a bit. So for the month of September, once again, I avoided retwist day for as long as possible. In between, as my roots grew out or loosened, I would just wear ponytails, bangs, or buns. I also embraced my frizzy full roots, as you can see in the picture to the right, because they added volume to that little side bob thing I like wearing. I thought I was cute that day. I'm gonna tell you right now, I really thought I was fine that day. You couldn't tell me nothing on that day in the third picture. Nobody could have came up to me and tried to tell me I was ugly. I would have laughed in their face. Okay, on September 26th, that's also the day I started using Suave Daily Clarifying Conditioner to co-wash my hair. So it leaves my hair with this clean and fresh scent, and because it's a clarifying conditioner, it's easier to rinse it out. It's not going to be one of those conditioners that leaves just a little bit of product behind, because a lot of conditioners think that the best way, or a lot of people who make conditioners think the best way to keep the hair conditioned is to leave a little bit of product behind. But when it comes to Locs, you don't want any product left behind because it causes buildup. So buildup in Locs can be damaging and cause a mildewy smell, especially something like conditioner, which is wet. So if it stays in your hair basically is perpetually wet, which can lead to like a mildew smell. It actually can just lead to mildew, and you don't want that. So I also realized that whether I use shampoo or conditioner, I need to make sure I do a thorough rinsing. I wash my hair in a shower, and I just have to really get my head under the water, run my fingers through my hair, run the water over my hair, squeeze the water out of my hair to make sure I'm really rinsing everything out, whether it's shampoo or conditioner, because any leftover product can kind of seep inside your lock, and then it can lead to your locks breaking from the inside out. So the first day that I used the Suave conditioner is in this first picture here that I had previously shown you in another slide. I also oiled my scalp and my hair with grapeseed oil mixed with lemongrass essential oil. It made my hair full, shiny, and it made my hair smell good. It made my hair smell like a citrus bomb, which I loved. I didn't even have to wear perfume that day. And just off wearing that combination on my hair, people were like, oh my goodness, what perfume are you wearing? You smell so good. And I was just like, I'm not wearing perfume. I'm wearing lemongrass oil mixed with grapeseed oil in my hair. But a few days after that, my hair wasn't as shiny, but it was still full and bouncy. It probably could have been shiny if I had just sprayed it with some water and then sprayed it with my little oil mix. And so I'm thinking about doing that, adding that to my routine, either getting some rose water or just a bottle with some distilled water. And whenever my hair is looking a little dry, just kind of spray it with the water, then spray it with the oil. While waiting for my October retwist, I either wore my hair in headband styles or just out and about in full. So in this first picture, you can't see it, but I'm wearing like a thin headband to just kind of pull the hair back and let the bang in the front kind of stand out. And in the second picture, I'm just wearing it all over headband. But in the third picture, I don't have a headband. My frizz by the middle of October was on whoa. I usually like frizz, especially when it comes to Locs, but I knew it was time to do that retwist I had postponed for so long. So by the way, to prevent interlocking in between my retwist days, I like to run my fingers through my roots and pop any locks that are trying to join together. And this is why I don't mind waiting so long between retwists, because I'm not afraid that when I finally retwist my hair, the roots are gonna be super interlocked or anything. I'm always running my fingers through my hair, trying to see if any locks are trying to interlock with each other. And if I feel them trying to do that, I just kind of pull them apart, because since I do it frequently, they're not interlocked strongly. And even if they are getting a little strong in the interlocking process, I just spray it with some water and slowly unravel the lock that is trying to lock to the other lock or unravel the interlocking process. Okay, so on October 19th, I finally retwisted my hair. I used Cantu Avocado Hydrating Gel. It holds the roots up better and it stays retwisted better, but it also leaves more residue. Ugh. But I invested in a tiny little brush that's made for slicking your edges. I got it from the Dollar Tree, and it has soft bristles, but the bristles are strong enough to kind of like, brush your edges down. So I use that to brush away residue after my hair dries when I do the when I do the retwisting day. So basically I retwist with water and that gel. I let my hair dry, and when it dries, any excess gel, it kind of has like a white residue on the outside. I just brush it off. And on November 3rd, I voted. Yay, America. As for the rest of November, it's just the same old, same old. So basically, I retwist my roots every 6 weeks or every other month instead of once a month. And I'm fine with that schedule. And if you do the same thing, just remember to separate and pop your locks at least once a week. Because if you wait until retwist day, it's going to be hazardous. It's going to feel like you're breaking your hair apart. And these are my styles for November, or some of my styles for November. On the picture in the left, I was wearing a high bun. I was feeling myself that day. And I was also wearing Armani C Fiore, and it smelled so good. I layered it on top of the Love Lotion by Bath and Body Works. And the sillage and projection was on point. And the lasting power was on point. I smelled good all day. And this last picture was my Thanksgiving look. I basically had a bang, half of my hair in a bun, and the half of my hair in the back hanging. This was my look for our Zoom reunion. We didn't meet up in person because we did a socially distanced holiday. #safe. And then on November 27th is when I retwisted my hair again. And this time while it was drying, I wore it in a low ponytail so that the ponytail was kind of keeping everything set while it was re-drying, because I think I went out that day and I didn't want to be just moving my hair around too much and kind of unraveling the retwists. I again used the Cantu Avocado Hydrating Gel. It's alcohol free and that keeps it from drying out my hair. Letting any alcohol-based products sit on your hair can be really damaging. And also, if you can't tell, I'm starting to get some length. The hair is kind of like grazing my shoulders. So my locks are finally at the point where they are no longer shrinking and growth actually shows up, because obviously my hair has been growing this whole time, but your hair growing while it's shrinking, you don't see the growth. The growth isn't visible. But basically the growth is visible. So now I'm excited for the coming year, because as my hair continues to grow, it's gonna get longer. And this is my hair today on December 1st. And my scent of the day is M by Mariah Carey. And the main things I pick up are marshmallows, incense, and white flowers. All right, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments. If you have any questions about my hair or about the lock process, let me know in the comments. If there's anything in particular you want to see, like if you want to see my wash day routine, or if you want to see my retwisting routine, like if you want to see a demonstration of anything I mentioned, then let me know in the comments below. Alrighty, bye.